Hi guys, welcome back to the Road to 100 million on Farming Simulator 25. This is Kylora Farm, and we're starting off here with one of these new fancy mods that we installed last episode. This is the AUTOLOAD mod, and we are loading up our wool, and we're going to take it over to our, well, I was going to take it to our spinnery, but we might do that a little bit later. We may as well sell this wool. The price of wool is still pretty good. As we just go and double check down here. Yeah, it's in May. It's close to being at its best. So we may as well sell as much of this as we can because we're going to be able to fill the spinnery up. It's already full. We're definitely going to be able to fill it up going forwards throughout the year. So it's definitely one of the challenges that we're going to need to manage. I think I have a long-term plan in place. We'll talk about that maybe a little bit more next episode or when the time comes to deal with the sheep and wool situation. But for now, we're just going to make use of the fact that this is a fantastic mod. It's managed to get 12,000 litres of wool. It's still weird to call it litres, but 12,000 litres of wool loaded up and ready to sell, which is pretty good because I suck at using the front loader attachment on the tractor. So I don't really mind if it helps us get things done a little bit quicker. So we're going to head over here to the farmer's market and see if we can make some money. As you guys can see, we've got a contract going in the top corner. I always have them on in the background. So don't worry about that. That's what our workers are currently doing. But let me know if you guys have actually struggled with, since the release of precision farming, some of the weeding and harvesting and sowing contracts don't actually get taken, which is really, really weird. So it's a little bit frustrating when that happens because it just means obviously I've wasted my time doing the contract, and then obviously I can't get it all on board either. But anyway, we sold here 8,000 litres of wool. I accidentally put a couple more in the background that weren't in the selling point, so now I have to shamefully and embarrassingly load them back up to then move them forward by about 2, maybe 3 meters. But we've sold a lot of wool already. That's already 12,000, and we've got the environmental score reward as well as a little bonus. So let's get this one all sold up, and I reckon it's close, pretty close to maybe 17, 20,000 all up. But it's a good amount of cash, definitely. So look at this thing. I love the way that it loads the lettuce pallets as well. It's like it's sort of, it doesn't load it all up at once. You go stage by stage because that's exactly how you would load it in real life. So yeah, it just feels a bit more realistic, and I'm glad that we've got the shed as well. Two very good additions to our farm, I think. I'm pretty happy to say. So we've moved on here. We've got 14,000 litres of lettuce, and if I manage to make it without hitting the silo here, we are going to load this up inside the new cold storage shed, which is pretty cool. But look, this is going to be a bit of a time-lapse heavy episode because we're going to shoot through most of the year. We've got a barley field to harvest, we've got some carrots and some parsnips to harvest as well. We've got a lot to do. So if you guys see me flicking on through, then that's where we'll be at. So watch out here. We're going to put all of this in, and we're going to go straight into a time-lapse to get all the barley and stuff harvested and ready to go, because that's where the real money's at. Remember, that barley is all for the chickens. The more eggs we get, the more we can put in here. As you guys can see, we've already got 10 pallets of eggs, but it's so cool. It's so cool to see it all loaded up, and it actually gets me motivated to load the shed up quicker. But anyway, time-lapse time. Here we go. So as I struggle to put all that barley into the chicken coop, it is now a bit of a skip forward because I've pretty much baled all of the straw. Now I know that eventually I do want cows, I do want animals, more animals, and we've already got a bunch of animals already. But that shed is full of bales over there in the top left corner, as you guys know, so I may as well add some more straw bales to it. We don't have a lot of straw, and straw will be useful when we make TMR, and it will also be useful if we need stuff like bedding and whatever down the line for our cows. I'm hoping one day, it's fine for now because I think we've got other interests and other investments, but I'm hoping one day we'll be able to get a bigger dairy, probably some dairy cows, maybe some buffalo, water buffaloes as well, and we can start making buffalo milk, buffalo mozzarella, butter, milk, all of that sort of stuff. Now that's a whole nother sort of kettle of fish. We won't do anything about that until we have a lot more money, because for now we just want to make enough money to be able to say we make $1 million on this farm every year, which we're not there yet, and we've done nearly 50 episodes of this, and I'm still not at the point where I can say I make $1 million a year, which will obviously mean that it takes us 100 years to get to our goal, because it is the road to 100 million. We will get there. We will get there. I'm determined. But yeah. Anyway, let's crack on here. So I think one of the things that I'm gonna try and do is find a use for the wool. Now we spoke about this a little bit earlier. I will, as we just do some baling in the background, we will have a quick chat about this. There's two options, right? One is we could get another spinnery. Now I'm against that because I just like the location of the spinnery that we currently have. It's quite cool, and I don't fancy, it's got the photo and all that, I don't fancy putting our own construction stuff down because it just doesn't look the same. So I'm thinking maybe we just keep that spinnery for now. Now I do want to get a tailor shop so that we can produce clothes. I want to turn the fabric into clothes because obviously the clothes sell for more, and I think that's going to be a huge money maker for us. So that's one of the things that we need to do. And then the other thing is maybe find another use of the wool. I think there's something called a rope maker, which I'll probably spend a bit of time investing into this in the next episode, because next episode will be when we do our sort of late autumn harvests. We'll do the October and November stuff, September, October, November, and we should be able to get a lot more money from the goat milk and from the eggs and from the wooden beams and that sort of thing. So that's next time. We're not there yet. Oh my god, these stupid autosaves. As I go to check the statistics, we have, what am I looking for? We have created, what am I looking for? I can't remember here. Oh, cultivated hectares? No, I'm not sure. I think I was looking for the amount of bales that we've done. But it was bales produced 10. That's it. It took me forever to find that. So 10 bales produced from this straw. That's fine. That's a nice little addition. I forgot what I was looking for in the menus there. And we can finally put this thing away. But it is handy to have, to be honest. It's handy to have a stockpile of bales and to know that in the future, when we do get animals, we've got a lot of cash sitting there if we choose to sell it. But we're already ready to go for the animals as well. Speaking of cash, remember all that barley I harvested? Well, we're going to put that in the silo because this is food for our chickens, so we're going to need that throughout the year. And we're actually going to grab all the soybeans because it is June. So June is the best month for selling soybeans. So we're going to do a quick switcheroo here. We'll dump this barley. Ignore the fact that half of it is getting dumped on the concrete floor because that's just obviously not happening. It's all going straight in the silo. And we are going to grab the soybeans. We've got, I think that was about 12,000 litres of soybeans. Now one of the things obviously that we've done this year is we have switched the fields for the soybean. We previously had canola. We're not doing canola this year. We've got soybeans on the big field next to the yard, and we've got corn in the other field. So we should be able to make a lot more money off the land this year as well, which I'm looking forward to doing. But yeah, 12,000 litres of soybeans. Time to get them sold. Pretty sure that the best price for them, I'm just checking the water here. I do need to fill up the greenhouses. I always do the water. I know we purchased the big tanker. I always do the water off camera. It's just, you guys might catch me doing the end of it on camera, but it's just easier to do it all off camera because it takes so long. It's such a tedious task. And yes, I have thought about maybe getting the mod that does the auto watering for the greenhouse. It's part of the game. I think it's more fun for me, even though it's a tedious task. It's more realistic for me to do it myself. And also I have this big tanker, I may as well use it for something. I hate how it does this, by the way. Remember how you drive and it just hits the curb? The tractor would not hit the curb and bounce back. We are a massive machine carrying a lot of weight behind us. We would definitely keep going over that curb or the curb would crumble. There would be no bouncing off and then being in pain. But yeah, whatevs. We'll figure it out. I'm looking forward to getting some cash in. It is only June, so we've still got to pay off the loan. It's funny how we always have, we sort of have loads of money in the end of the year or the start of the year, and then we just have to try and pay it off throughout the year. It feels like we're constantly in a deficit, but we are moving forwards. It's hard to tell, but we are making good progress on the farm. Here I am just checking a few contracts and seeing if there's anything to go. But we are, in a good spot going forwards. I'm looking forward to getting to the point where we can make lots of money very quickly, and I feel like we're not far away from that. Maybe only sort of within the next 10 episodes we'll be making more than $1 million a year, the rate at we're going, especially now that I'm doing sort of 2-3 episodes per year and getting through them pretty quickly. That's where we're at. So yeah, it's a big old drive here down to this grain mill. Now, one of the things that I forgot about is you can't actually purchase this grain mill. I thought maybe one of the things that we could do to increase production would be to purchase this grain mill, but it's just a selling point. You're not actually able to purchase it, outright, unless it sort of comes. Maybe it comes with the field, with the land. I hadn't checked that, but there's no icon on the map to actually buy this. It's only visit, so it's only a selling point as far as I'm aware, which kind of sucks, to be honest. But I'm hoping that we can purchase it with one of the neighbouring fields in the future. But here we go. We had 20k in the bank to start off with. This is going to be quite a lot of cash, nearly $30,000. Actually, pretty much bang on $30,000. We got a good amount of environmental score reward as well. It's really good to get that environmental score up. It's going to be a helpful little addition every time that we sell something. But hey, I did say this is a time-lapse heavy episode, so prepare yourselves for a little bit of carrot and parsnip harvesting as we head through the months coming up. So I'll catch you guys on the other end.
Open up the window, I'm breathing in the last of September. I can feel the wind blow, and the late summer sky is like a giant ember. Everything is turning into gold when the autumn leaves are playing chase. It puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September. Since I was a little child, every year for as long as I remember, all the leaves were running wild, going all the way until November. Turn the world around us into gold. When the autumn leaves are playing chase, it puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September. I wonder where they're going of September. When the autumn leaves are playing chase, it puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low. Dancing through the last days of September. Dancing through the last days of September.
Guys, we made so much cash from the carrots and the parsnips. We're really reeling it in, to be honest. And I've invested a little bit of that money back into the farm. I'll tell you guys a bit more about that next episode. But it's good. It's quite labor intensive. It really is. If I was to get workers or stuff to do the carrots and the parsnips, it would be a lot more of a loss. It wouldn't be as profitable at all. But it is definitely worth it, and I would say that if you guys have the time to put it in yourselves, to do, obviously the machine and harvesting itself is actually quite slow, but if we have the time, then it is very, very worth it. I wouldn't go fields too much bigger than what I currently have. If anything, I would probably go sort of longer but shorter field. That doesn't make sense. Longer fields but less width, because the longer that your harvesting line is, the easier it is to harvest it, obviously in my opinion, just with the way the machine works. But yeah, it's pretty good to be able to make a bunch of cash now, because we've got April time is obviously all the wool, fabric and stuff that we're going to be selling. June is the soybeans. We've got the barley and stuff to harvest and be able to keep for the chickens. And then when it gets to October, November time and September time, we've got all the harvesting to do for the soybeans, the corn, the sunflowers, that sort of stuff. So it feels like there are a lot more points in the year that we'll be actually able to sell stuff, which is great, because it means more revenue coming in, and hopefully I'll actually be able to start purchasing stuff for the farm and growing the farm throughout the year rather than just in big chunks at the start and at the end, because that's kind of what it feels like up till now. But yeah, hard to say. One of the things I am enjoying though, and let me know what you guys are thinking, is being able to increase the yield for the fields using the farming precision farming tools is actually really, really fun. It brings a different challenge to the game. Very enjoyable. I haven't quite mastered it. Now I think for the what is it that I need for the 100% yield, I need to be able to put down slurry or manure or something about a different type of fertilizer is needed. So that could be something that we look for in the future. Now obviously if I get animals, if I get cows or pigs or whatever it is that produces slurry, then we'll be able to get that no problem. I've already got the slurry tanker as well. Seems funny that the same tanker that fills up the greenhouses also will fill up the slurry and be a slurry a slurry agent, I guess. Adding slurry to the field will be hilarious. But one of the things that really bugs me is actually the graphical glitches. Like, you see how this was putting down lime way before the thing was actually doing the animation to show that it was putting down lime. So it can be a bit frustrating. I do find it a bit frustrating. And one of the things that really bugs me as well, this is probably map specific because it's just for me, but this field 100, the worker does not detect certain instruments. It just does not let me detect when I do the lime or when I do rolling. It doesn't work. When I do seeding or harvesting, it's not so bad. But yeah, it's a bit frustrating the rest of the time. And as you guys can see, I mean, I'm not the best at apparently driving in a straight line anyway, but as we get this field limed. But yeah, it's a bit of a slow process. So there's a few bugs and stuff that obviously I wish they would fix. I have reported them on the forums, as you guys should all do if you run into a bug in your game. Just check them on the forums, make sure the Giants knows about them and that they're working to actively improve the game, because they always are. But yeah, that is the state of the farm. So we've jumped through a lot of time. We started this episode in May. We've shown off the fantastic autoloader. It is really such a useful tool. And then, yeah, we've done a lot of work to the farm since then as well. I'm looking forward to next episode and the end of the year. That's always the most fun time. I feel like it just snowballs. There's so much stuff to do very, very quickly. So yeah, I will leave you guys here. If you are enjoying the series, then please leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you want to see more of. I'm happy to sort of be guided by you guys. I feel like we're close to yeah, being able to realize $1 million a year, I feel like will be a really, really big milestone, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that comes about very quickly. But up until then, we're going to keep plugging away. It feels like a bit of a grind sometimes, but that's the fun of this game, right? It's a little bit more of a simulation, a little bit more like real life, and I feel like I'm really getting somewhere when I do eventually make progress. So, yeah, we're going to get this field all finished up and sorted. Thank you guys very much for watching. Enjoy the video, the rest of this video, and yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.